Breaking news coming out of Las Vegas. The hotel and casinos are ramping up testing after a hotel employee dies. And business is very, very slow in the casinos, I must tell you that. So there was a porter, a 51-year-old porter, who died. He worked at Caesar's Palace. His name was Adolfo Fernandez. Adolfo Fernandez. He had a history of high blood pressure and other things. He went to work. He felt bad. On his last day, he felt so bad he could barely push his cart. His boss told him to go home, but he didn't, and that was it. So we have, and now they're going to ramp up testing. They also have a bartender at Caesars, a bartender named Angel. He has caught he tested positive for the virus, but he has underlying conditions. He was off for months. He had many months where he was off work. I think he's on a dialysis machine. He had various illnesses. So things are picking up. If you're not healthy and you go to work, well, this is what's happening. So the casinos are being sued also. So Adolfo Fernandez, their children say they have proof that he tested negative before he started working. This is very important. Adolfo Fernandez's family says that he tested negative before he went to work, and then after he went to work, he caught it and died. So hence, that's why the testing is ramping up. So you might wonder, where are they doing the testing? They are doing the testing at the convention center hall here. Here we are at Bronze Hall, where they're sending many of the employees to get checked. Well, all the employees. You got to understand that there's only two major corporations that pretty much run Las Vegas. You got Caesars and MGM. And of course, they work hand in hand with the government. UMC is the people who are actually doing the test. Now, UMC is a government-run hospital. So here, this is really weird. So you've got two major corporations that own everything. They work hand in hand with the government. And now they're sending their people to be tested at the convention center where the UMC is the hospital run by the government, a government-run hospital, to do the testing. We'll go more on that in a moment. So let me clear something up that a lot of people may not be aware of. You might be asking yourself, why are they testing now? They opened up on June 4th. Here we are, July 1st, about a month. What happened was they did not really test people back in June 4th when they first opened up. They had a questionnaire. You called in and you answered a series of questions. And if you were not sick, you just went back to work. And you answered questions like, no, I don't have a fever, I'm not sick, I didn't go out of the country, blah, blah, blah. And you went back to work. So what's happening now is you've got a person who's died, you've got people who have tested positive, and now the main thing is these people are suing. You've got a lot of these Latin workers who work in the culinary work. It's pretty much taken over. You know, the Latin workers have taken over Vegas, and they're suing the casinos. They don't feel safe because they're compadres. Guys like Adolfo died, Angels tested positive. So anyhow, they don't feel safe. The unions are suing the hotels, and somebody died. So now this is why the testing is ramping up. Of course, this testing ramping up is not going to do well for Donald Trump's reelection, because the more people you test, the more people will end up positive, right? And I guess it goes without saying, just because you test positive does not mean you're sick. Many people test positive and they show no signs of anything because they eat their oranges, their kiwis, their brown rice, and their beans. They work out. They're healthy people. They show no signs of the illness. Okay, so what happened here is the employees went in there. It took anywhere between 15 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on if they got your name correctly. They screw everything up. I tell you this, these big corporations screw everything up. But they put this long swab down your throat, and that's what they did. They did not go into the nose. They did one test, long swab down the throat. So in summary, you have a government agency, a government-run hospital who has all the data on all the workers. What could possibly go wrong there, huh? As Ronald Reagan said, what did he say? The 9 most terrifying words in the English language. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Oh, good luck.